welcome to the show. And with me in the studio today are some special ladies. My guests are all ladies. They are looking so beautiful. Welcome. Later on the show, I'm bringing on my special guest. You're going to have to stay on to find out exactly who he is. Now, we have a pretty simple menu for today because there are days when you're in a hurry, but you want to make something that is nutritious and delicious. We have on our menu boiled yam with fluted pumpkin sauce. For this sauce, we're going to need onions, the fluted pumpkin leaves, and we have a variety of peppers here. It's quite a hot sauce. We have the chili, sweet pepper, and atarugum. We also have it here blended, seasoning, red oil. For our protein sauce, we have Croaker. Of course, every day you cook with salt. Then we have the special spices. We have the powdered chili and the pepper soup spice. You can get this from the women that sell their ingredients, especially for Igbo cooking. Okay? And then we have crayfish. It's a thickener. I think that's just about it. Did I mention the onions? Well, if I didn't, here it is. We have onions as well. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Nigeria, the Ogbonge matter waiting for ground now be say, make we stop to the kill ourselves. Say because I come from south, you come from north. You be Muslim, I be Christian. All of us are the same thing. Make we no agree make it devil sport is better work we got us start for Nigeria. Nigeria now our own. This is better message from NTDC.
Welcome back. Now, to make the pumpkin leaf sauce, we're going to season this fish. But before I do that, let me just quickly put the oil to start heating up. We're going to fry the fish with the red oil. Okay, that's a good amount of red oil. Now, while that is heating up, I'll quickly season this fish with some salt, and chili powder. Now, you don't really have to fry this fish if you don't like your fish fried. Besides, frying fish with red oil is a bit difficult. So if you really don't want to take that risk, you should leave your fish, just season it and leave it on the side. By the time the sauce is almost ready, you can just put your fish in directly. Now, this is a pretty simple sauce, as I said. You don't need to add any other protein if you don't want to. You can go for the pumpkin leaves with the crayfish and you're good to go. It's good for the yam. But this is just to make it something a little extra nice. Our oil is ready, so we're going to put in the fish. While the fish is frying, I just want to say that it's a bit difficult to fry fish in a non-stick pan as well. So if your pan is non-stick, it makes it easier. But if you're just starting with the cooking process or you're just learning how to cook, you should try frying with cooking oil before you try frying fish with red oil, because as I said in the beginning, it's more difficult to fry fish in red oil. If you fry in red oil and you're not good at it, it will end up breaking up into pieces, and we don't want that. We want our fish pieces to remain whole. So it's just a little trick that you have to learn, but it comes with time. As you learn how to cook, you develop it and you can do it. You can fry fish in red oil and it will not go to pieces. You have to be gentle, huh? Because red oil is really, it smokes as well, doesn't it? That's why a lot of women stopped cooking with red oil in the first place. Well, but the nutritional value is worth the trouble. The taste also is worth the trouble. Look at the ladies. What are you thinking? What? Tell me, what's on your mind?
I'm thinking of what's gonna come out of this.
Okay, but you can already perceive the red oil, like it just fills the whole atmosphere. It's really not easy to cook with, especially in these modern times. People just go for the cooking oil and they're done with it. And our red oil, well, people are also processing it into the plain colored cooking oil, but I still like the taste of red oil, and from time to time I like to cook with it. So what would you try? What do you cook with red oil?
I cook beans with red oil.
Okay.
Yes, beans porridge.
All right. Have you tried jollof rice with red oil?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that tastes nice as well. And you, what do you cook with red oil? What else do you cook with red oil?
Yam porridge.
Okay, yeah, all those, you know. But you see, the thing about that is you don't have to fry the oil in that process. You just pour it from the top. But when it's a process that includes frying the red oil, then it becomes also difficult and the atmosphere just gets charged, right? Just a little bit more and it will be ready. While the fish is frying in the red oil, we are going to put our yam to boil, and we're going to put it to boil in this pot. So why don't we just do that right now? The yam has been peeled, and when you peel your yam, keep it in water so it doesn't change color. We're going to put that in. A little salt in the yam. Some water. And we'll set that to boil. Take the fish out. Yeah. You see, when the fish is ready, if you're using a non-stick pan, it just radially gets off the frying pan. It means it's crisp on the side. Okay. All right. I'll turn the heat down on that. I don't want to turn it off completely. We have a pepper, the blend of all three peppers, and we're going to put that in. That's another reaction you get from cooking with red oil. Okay, once the pepper's gone in the oil, we quickly slice one onion. That's done. Goes in. And then the rest of the spices. Pepper soup spice, 1.5 teaspoons. Crayfish, as much as you like. All of that goes in. And then 3 seasoning cubes. Crush that in. And salt to taste. You taste again later after you put in the vegetable. Now as it's simmering, you begin to add your pumpkin leaves, which of course is ugu. Ugu. Is it ugu? It's pronounced like that, ugu. But I used to think that it had medicinal value. That was all that I thought I knew about it until I started cooking with it. You know, for a long time up north and in central Nigeria, we used to think, oh, this leaf is said to have medicinal value. And then, of course, as we knew more about each other's culture, now up north, I mean, every day people are cooking with ugu, and I understand it has great value. So we're going to do something about ugu. We're going to find out exactly what the value of the fluted pumpkin leaves is. Don't go anywhere.
If you travel around the world, you will find out that there is no place like Nigeria. Beautiful, very warm and friendly climate all year round. Largest concentration of black people in the world. Hospitable, vibrant and happy people. There is no place like Nigeria. A land of opportunities. The biggest window in the world of business and investments. Extremely rich in multicultural diversity. There is no place like Nigeria. Nigeria, truly the heart of Africa. From the Nigerian Tourism Development Corporation, tourism is life.
The leaf of the fluted pumpkin, also known as ugu, is rich in beta-carotene. This is a pigment found in plants, especially colorful vegetables. Beta-carotene is converted to vitamin A by the body. Vitamin A is needed for eye health and a strong immune system. Nutritionists extol the ugu vine, which also has a commercial value. Experts say there is an advantage to getting vitamin A by eating vegetables because the body only processes what it needs. Too much supplements, on the other hand, can be toxic to the body. Therefore, it is good that ugu has become quite popular in Nigeria. Welcome back. As you can see, those ugu sellers, when they shred ugu, it's like magic. It's just fantastic. I don't know any housewife who knows how to do it like that. Well, except them, of course, when they're cooking in their kitchens. So most of the time when you buy ugu, you have to give it to them to shred it like that. But the only trick is that you should wash it thoroughly. Usually they tell us that when you're cooking, your vegetable should be washed before it's cut. But in this case, you can afford to let them cut it for you in the market, and then when you come back home, you wash it 3 times at least before you cook with it. You know, usually when they say don't cut your vegetable before you wash it, is because they don't want you to lose any food value. But with ugu, I understand it has so much of that value that you don't lose that much by washing it after you've cut it, so you can afford to let them cut it for you. So our ugu's all gone into the saucepan. I'm going to put in the fish and then I'll taste for salt and we're good. All of that good oil goes in. you can see this is just generally an open pan dish. We've not covered this saucepan even once. We just cooking it open, so all the goodness is just simmering away. That's the size of our sauce. We're going to clean up and we're bringing in our guest. Don't go away.
Nigeria, the ogbonge matter waiting for ground now be say, make we stop to the kill ourselves. Say because I come from south, you come from north. You be Muslim, I be Christian. All of us are the same thing. Make we no agree make it devil sport is better work we got us start for Nigeria. Nigeria now our own. This is better message from NTDC.
It's time for the interview, and the guest we've all been looking forward to is right here on set. I present to you Banky Sax.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I understand the sax part because I can see a saxophone. Banky. Why are you calling yourself Banky Sax?
Yeah, I'm called Banky because Banky Sax because I play the saxophone. So Banky is from Bankole. My full names are Banky Joshua. Okay.
All right. And how long have you been playing the saxophone for?
Well, for a while, 5-6 years. But professionally, music has always been in me all my life.
So you've been playing since childhood then?
Nope. I've tried a couple of other musical instruments, but finally I got the passion from the saxophone.
All right. So professionally, you say you've been playing for like 5 years?
Professionally, yes.
Yeah. Okay, so you have an album out. I don't know, is it Invincible?
Yes.
Okay. What's it about and how many tracks?
Okay, Invincible has 7 tracks in it, right? It's an inspiration from God, first of all, because it's my inspiration. I did the song some couple of years back when I recorded the song, based on the mood at which I was going through then, the storms of life and everything.
So you mean Invincible is talking about conquering challenges, basically?
Yeah, conquering challenges, because when you're in the situation whereby nobody seems to help you, there's somebody who is invincible there that's watching.
Do you like other musicians? Who do you listen to?
Yeah, I really appreciate every good musician. I listen to all genres of music, either jazz, even to Nigerian hip-hops and all this high life and everything. It's part of music. I appreciate good works, and that's why I'm associated with it.
And then you like play the saxophone mainly for gospel?
Not really gospel. I'm a rounded musician. If you're segmenting yourself to be a gospel artist, that means your music is only for the gospel, but it's actually for the world. So I'm an artist, I'm a musician, whether it's gospel or secular, I'm there doing what I know how to do best.
Do you make money out of this?
Oh, well, really, money is always part of the business, but I do, it's okay, we're getting there.
So you're a businessman, musician, you manage yourself, you have a band?
Yes, I do. I have a band. I have an 11-man band. We presently perform in Abuja, based here in Abuja. And
where do you perform?
I perform in Litwal Cafeteria in Ministers Hill and Renos in Wuse too for now.
So that's in the evenings?
Yes, in the evenings. We say in the morning it brings hope, afternoon brings faith, and in the night love. So I think it's better we go in that atmosphere from 8 o'clock.
Okay. All right. So you have a family?
Yeah, I'm building my own family, but I'm the 5th of 7 children. Yeah.
Or any other musically inclined siblings?
No.
You're the only one. So I just think that there are so many musicians in Nigeria, but the quality is not there. What's the problem?
Well, first of all, it's all about planning. If you're an artist, aside from hearing the song, you need to plan it in the making. Some hear song and dash into the studio and the song is recorded and out and everything, but it's not always like that. And I think it's based down to professionalism. You know, the producers have to be producers, not producers and engineers, and you know, there are different fields for particular. So most times the digital world has taken over everything. You can actually sit in your house now and just do your song, and there it is. But
That affects the
quality of music.
How many hours a day do you practice on the saxophone?
Well, there are days of practice, real practice, but in a day right now, at least 2 hours.
But when it's a day of real practice, what do you do?
I go as long as I can take, 8 hours.
Just playing on the saxophone for 8 hours?
Yeah.
So what do you do to relax then?
I still play my sax.
I thought as much.
But most times I listen to music.
Okay.
I just listen to other music.
Do you watch movies?
A lot.
Any good ones
Good
that you've
ones.
watched lately?
Okay, well, late I think I've seen One Tree Hill, and I think I just finished the season, I think 1 to 6. So I've been watching that for over 2 years. So I just finished.
It's a series,
yeah,
right?
it's a series, so you take it gradual.
All right. I just want to know why then did you decide that you could do music? If there's nobody else that's that inclined in your family, what told you in your mind that you can do music and you just go after that?
Well, what you have it. You know, with time it just springs out. But if you don't nurture it, it dies. So while I grew, I knew this part of my life, I need to nurture it. So I started building on it. And once it was time for it to showcase itself, and I just took up the challenge, and I'm doing what I'm doing right now. It's my profession.
So I'm just going to ask you 2 last questions.
Okay.
Are you inspiring others? That's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, are you employing anybody? So now I want to know if you're just also a job creator.
Okay. Yes, I'm a job creator. I'm also the director of reality.com. It's my company. We are into events, solutions. We have the audio, visual, and the band aspect that produces the music for any form of entertainment. So, well, I employ in that area, and I also build, because in my own company, I believe in individualism, and everybody is a professional in its own field. Also, it gives room for more. You can't say you know everything in just one day. You have to build your team. And it doesn't take one day to build a team. It takes years even to build a team. But so far, so good. It's been nice. And everybody working with me have smiling faces.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for coming on the show. But I'm just going to say one more thing. We're going to leave this show with Banky Sax playing on the saxophone. And audience, lovely ladies, I think he deserves a round of applause for coming. That's the size of the show. Banky Sax will be on the saxophone. We'll be eating yam and ugu leaves, and we'll see you same time next week.
Thank you.